what happens when a cafe's biggest strength becomes its greatest vulnerability. Hall's Cafe in Kuching rode a wave of viral TikTok fame to instant success, but now the real work begins, turning that flash of attention into a lasting, well-managed business. This is the critical gap between hype and longevity. I'm Iyad Muhaimin, and together with my team, Team Iyad, we've conducted an in-depth management analysis. In the next 10 minutes. We will diagnose Hall's Cafe's core operations, identify key risks in its growth plan, and provide a strategic roadmap for sustainable success. Our process is structured in 3 clear stages, guided by the POLC management framework. First, we will analyze the current practices in planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Second, we will identify the critical issues. This analysis reveals gaps that threaten efficiency and growth. Third, and most importantly, we will provide actionable recommendations to bridge those gaps and build a resilient business. This is our roadmap from diagnosis to solutions. Let's begin with the diagnosis to examine how Hall's Cafe plans for future and organizes its team. I'll pass it to the next presenter.
The Hall's Cafe is a modern entrepreneurial endeavor in Sarawak's high-end boutique cafe market and plays its part within the specialty coffee scene of urban areas such as Kuching. Designed around the simple idea of creating an easygoing, no-pressure retail interaction, the company began with a soft opening in March 2025. Unlike most of its peers that strictly follow franchise protocol, the Hall's Cafe has managed to establish its own unique and independent brand to significant organic market uptake via user-generated marketing on the likes of TikTok. Although the business currently runs a small independent establishment, the owner is already working on expansion plans, opening up new offices to spread the brand. The Hall's Cafe ethos is all about maintaining quality while achieving a natural synergy between staff and customers. While there is no actual mission statement, the cafe aims to attain high standards in management for survival against large chain franchises. The plan for the cafe talks of being able to tap into the market trends while retaining its roots as a specialty coffee shop. For the mission is, management hopes to change from that piecemeal running of operations into a much more predictable approach that can support growth and professional service. The cafe is dedicated to providing quality you won't find anywhere else in the boutique or coffee specialist niche. Its range of products covers specialty handcraft brewing as well as diverse types of beverage to cater to the urbanized consumers with young and trendy taste preferences. Very punitive market trend-based products like matcha drinks are an important part of their service excuse. Part of the value, a word you will hear time and time again around here, is the cafe as a service, what we would call a vibe, offering patrons that soft lunch feeling which should make people feel at ease during their experience there, reinforced with the good-natured and organic nature of familiarity from the staff. The Hall's Cafe is addressing a niche market defined by locality and social media usage type, more specifically students, as well as young professionals around the area of Kuching. This demographic is also highly reached via digital and its popularity spread through TikTok amongst the student clientele. Those who visit are generally seeking more of a boutique experience as opposed to the cookie-cutter service often provided by big chain franchises, and enjoy with niche brand and specialty offerings that a cafe gives. As a trend-based market, the cafe's success still relies heavily on social media influence and word-of-mouth marketing to stay in business as consumers continue to look for what's next in a blink and you miss it industry.
Today, we are looking at how the Halls Cafe manages its business using four main steps. The first step is planning, where the owners set goals for the future. Right now, they are thinking about opening new branches to grow the business. However, they do not have a written plan yet and mostly follow what is popular on social media instead of using sales data to make the choice. Next is organizing, which is about how they arrange the work. The cafe has a simple way of giving out tasks, but they are like official rule or handbook for the staff to follow. Then we have leading, which focuses on how the team works together. The staff at the whole cafe get along very well and enjoy working with each other. While they help each other out, they do not have a formal training program to keep improving their skills. Creating a better way to train employees would help everyone provide even better service to the customers. Finally, controlling is how they check if everything is going well. Currently, the management mainly check if the food is fresh. They need a better system to track daily sales and how much stock is being wasted. By looking at this information more closely, they can make a smarter decision to save money and make sure they always have enough ingredients for their popular drinks. Now, we will talk about the main problem the whole cafe is facing. First, there are operational issues. Right now, the cafe does not have written rule or step for how to make drinks or serve customers. This can cause mistake and makes the quality different every time. Also, they do not use all data to plan their stock, which lead to running out of popular item when it is busy. Next, we see marketing and brand issues. The cafe usually just follow what is popular on social media instead of doing their own research to see what customers want. Because of this, they often start selling new drinks like matcha too late, after other cafes have already done it. They also have no way to get feedback from customers, so they don't know if people are actually happy with the service. There are also strategic and growth issues. The owner wants to open more cafes, but there is no written plan on how to do it safely. Without a clear plan, it is hard to know if the business will succeed in the long run. Inside the cafe, there are no clear leaders like head baristas, so employees often get confused about their specific jobs. Finally, we have human resource issues. The cafe does not have a formal way to train staff or a good system for setting work schedules. This makes it hard to manage costs and keep the team working well. There are also a big concern about safety because there are no CCTV cameras or clear rules on what to do during an emergency. This can make the staff feel unsafe while working.
For the strategic recommendation, the focus is on clear management decisions and practical action that the whole cafe can implement. First, for operational, I recommend that the whole cafe develop basic written SOP, tracks daily sales and stock usage, and monitors food waste regularly. These steps will reduce confusion during peak hours, improve consistency, and minimize shortages and waste. In terms of feasibility, this mainly requires management time and simple record keeping tools with very low cost involved. Second, for marketing and branding, I recommend that the cafe collects customer feedback, use social media polls to understand preferences, and set clear service standards for staff. This action helps the cafe respond faster to trends and maintain a professional brand image. The cost is minimal, and most tools such as QR codes and social media features are easy to implement in a short time. Third, for strategic and growth planning, I recommend that the Halls Cafe prepares a written business plan, use past sales data for planning, and assign clear leadership roles such as a shift leader or head barista. These steps improve coordination, reduce expansion risk, and support better decision making. From a feasibility perspective, This requires planning time and internal discussion with low financial costs. Finally, for human resource management, I recommend that the cafe introduce structured training guidelines, improve staff scheduling, and strengthen workplace safety through CCTV and clear procedure. This action ensure consistent service quality, fair workload distribution, and a safer working environment. While some moderate cost is involved, especially for safety equipment, implementation can be done gradually.
As we look toward 2026, the hall is evolving from a local hangout into a global cultural landmark, and by Kuching's status as a UNESCO city of gastronomy. The strategy is threefold. First, they are moving beyond traditional service to offer a curated heritage experience on China street that prioritizes storytelling over contemporary design. Second, they are undergoing a digital metamorphosis, replacing our cash-only past with Sarawak latest payment system and innovative Borneo coffee fusion menu to stay ahead of competitors like Cerdas. Finally, they are embedding themselves into a Kuching community through festivals like WAK and the Kuching Food Fair by merging historical preservation with high-tech hospitality. The hall will become a living component of our city dynamic feature, ensuring our brand remains relevant and sustainable for generations to come.
To summarize, this report has shown how the whole cafe applied the POLC framework, which is planning, organization, leading and controlling, to operate sustainably and efficiently. Despite successfully using TikTok marketing to attract students in Kuching, the cafe faced challenge from a competitive food and beverages industry, with low switching costs and narrow profit margin. The analysis highlight key management efforts like branch expansion planning and barista, and also workflow reorganization and inventory control. This strategy has strengthened internal system and helped the whole cafe maintain competitiveness in Sarawak growing barista scene. As the next step, I encourage you to review the full report attached in my portfolio for more detailed data and recommendation on optimizing daily operation and achieving customer satisfaction. This will help the whole cafe continue its growth as a multi-location enterprise in a dynamic market. Thank you.